Yeah, big talking brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Big talking brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Kicking back, having a few beers, we're chatting. Pull up your chair, we're all relaxing. Any subject, we never dismiss. Big talking brewskis with Marissa Smith. Comedy, sex, relationships, war. Any subject, we got it in store. Big talking brewskis is coming in live. Crack one open, Marissa has arrived. Big talking brewskis with Marissa Smith. Yeah.
Hey guys, happy Friday. This is Big Talking Brewskis. I'm Marissa Smith. As always, I've got Rodney Daniels with me.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday.
And we've got Max Sprinzilis with us.
We're saying happy Friday, right?
Well,
Happy Friday.
You can say happy Friday if you want.
Friday.
You could say fuck you Friday if you want.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck you Friday.
Yeah, fuck you Friday.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Time is relative.
This is true.
My
Time
mind
is it's a ribbon. So now, Rodney,
What up?
how was your week?
My week was good. I'm happy to still have a job. I almost got fired.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What happened?
So I have a really bad problem. I like to grab my coworkers' asses.
You just meat chewing all up and down the motherfucker.
I do. I don't know. I work at a restaurant for my day job, and that's what we do. People grab my ass. I grab their ass. It's like, you're at the computer and you just get a little.
I worked at a restaurant. That didn't happen to me.
I mean, I worked in a bar restaurant and no one ever grabbed my ass.
See, yeah, and so I don't know. Every restaurant I've ever worked at, that's because I have an ass grabbing problem.
Are you the initiator?
I'm the initiator.
Yeah.
I bring the ass grab. I'm the first one to grab an ass, and the next thing you know, that person, I grab their ass, then they grab my ass, and it just
But how do you branch out with your ass grabbing vampirism, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I can understand if you grab someone's ass and then they grab your ass, but how does that branch out to other folks?
Because normally the way I'll grab somebody's ass, and they'll be like, oh shit, it was Rodney, and they'll laugh, right? And then they'll grab my ass, but then somebody else will see that and be like, oh, he's like, yeah, Rodney just grabbed me. And so then the person that saw it, I'll grab their ass, and it's like an ass telephone.
It's like an ass circle jerk.
Yeah, and it just keeps happening, and then eventually I'm not the only one grabbing asses. Everybody's grabbing each other's asses. But here's where I almost got fired because there's this one chick, Amanda. Shout out Amanda. I was gonna grab her ass, right? But I'm walking the way our restaurant is set up, it's outside and you can go inside. So she's walking outside and she goes inside, and I'm maybe 40 seconds behind her. And so then I walk up and I think that I see her, and so I grab her ass. And she turns around and it's not Amanda. It is a 60-year-old Mexican cook that works in the back. And she was just like, "Hoi!" What the fuck? And so I was just like, oh my God, I'm sorry. She doesn't really speak English like that. So I found the first Spanish speaking person. I grabbed her ass back on it, told her I'm sorry. And she was not having it. She went to the break room and started crying, told the manager. My manager comes up to me while I'm talking to the table. He was like, we need to talk. And it was like, look, that ass grab was not meant for her. That wasn't an accident. That was for Amanda.
That was an accidental ass grab.
It was an accidental ass grab.
Could you even explain to her, honey, you're not even my flavor?
Right, no. But and then her son actually works there. He's a runner. So
oh shit.
Right. But he didn't want to fight me. He thought the shit was hilarious, actually. But I gave him a 20. I was like, here, go buy her some flowers, edible arrangement, something. Because I need my job. I don't want to get fired for grabbing asses.
So
how
now,
do you explain
are
that?
you going to continue to grab asses?
No, I'm taking a break, yo. I got slapped on the ass twice yesterday when I was working, and I can't reciprocate. It's gotta keep it to myself. Sometimes in life, you grab the wrong ass.
When I was like younger, like me and my friend Diana, we used to go to clubs and we used to play a game called Touching Others.
Oh.
And so we'd be like in a club and like, just crowded, packed club. And so like we would like rotate, taking each other's hand and then like making you grab some random person's butt. And so like she would like we'd just be like walking through the crowd and then she'd take my hand and like put it on some guy's ass and then he'd like turn around and I'd just be like and
my bad.
and it, like sometimes like the guy'd be like kind of like and then someone's like, all right, like I'm just like, oh no sir. I didn't even pick your ass to grab. If I was picking ass, your ass would not be the ass that I grabbed.
Like,
But yeah, she actually is the one that wants to grab your ass. That's why she put my hand there.
right, like her.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't look at me.
Yeah. So Max, how was your week?
Pretty good, I guess. My ass didn't get grabbed by anybody. I haven't.
That's always a good week.
Yeah, I've been like.
That's a bad week in my opinion.
Yeah. I've gotten like kicked in the face, but like I haven't been like.
You got kicked in the face this week?
It's part of my job. Not like I don't really get paid to do it, but I get kicked in the face sometimes. Not on purpose.
Why do you get kicked in the face?
I've been training to be a pro wrestler, and sometimes people miss.
Okay.
And it hurts, but it's fun.
All right. What's
but-
your wrestling name?
I haven't really figured it out yet. I'm still training, but
Okay.
I have like a gimmick in mind where like I'm like an ape person. I chose like Aaron Otang. I thought that'd be funny because it sounds like a
Orangutan?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I haven't really like sat down and fleshed everything out. Like I have like an idea of what the character. It's kind of like a King of the Apes, kind of like a Planet of the Apes
Okay.
gimmick. But I'm not really too sure what I'm doing with it yet. Like I'm still.
And
I
not,
haven't-
and I don't
yeah.
mean this in an offensive way, but are you kind of small for a wrestler?
I am, but a lot of people are small. I'm one of the taller people in the class.
Okay.
I'm trying to gain some mass. That's
Okay.
what my issue is. Like
All right.
I'm a
You're
okay,
tall,
yeah.
but like you're just skinny.
yeah, lanky.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean,
As soon as your metabolism like stops working, you'll be fine. Like,
yeah. I'm trying to do my best to destroy it, Just eating disgusting amounts of chicken
yeah.
and protein bars.
So then what's the worst injury that you've had with your wrestling?
I tore my I lightly tore my rotator cuff
Oh.
in June, just rolling around. And I guess after a while, it just was exacerbated to a point where my shoulder didn't really want to cooperate anymore.
Oh, your shoulder was was like, oh no, fuck this.
It was like it was just searing pain, and it was more so of a problem like when I was lifting. Like I didn't think there was an issue until I saw a doctor about it. I just
okay.
figured, because you're just always going to be hurt if you're throwing yourself into the floor. So
Right.
you're
You can understand you're going to be in some amount of pain.
Yeah, but at that point, I didn't realize how much pain I was actually in or going to be in. And then past that, it was fine. It was just like something I just had to take a break for a month, and then I got back to it.
So now, are the matches real?
I don't know. It hurts like it's real.
Okay.
Fine, real.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, it definitely hurts like it's real. If it's fake, I wish the ring knew it was fake.
Okay.
It definitely doesn't feel like it.
All right. I'll let that pass. I'm not going to go all. I don't know.
What's your signature
Prosecutor on
move?
you.
Like, don't go prosecutor. I like wrestling.
I mean,
so.
you can, so it doesn't matter to me. Everyone has their own opinions; they don't have to like it. But it's the signature move. I haven't really thought of one yet. I've thought of like a couple of things that I'm gonna use as like a common move, like The Rock does like the people's elbow. So I thought of like a variation of it called the primate's elbow.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a lot of like ape-like movements. I'll be beating on my chest and like hooting like a monkey, and I'll like hit like my chest. I'll hit the ropes, do the little rock thing, then I'm gonna roll, and then elbow drop.
Because like to me, like when you're doing like talking about like all of this like ape stuff, I'm thinking more Tarzan than anything because I feel
Yeah, because
like
I'm a person.
yeah. So it's just kind of like
Well, people are apes.
I mean, I
They're a
understand.
type of ape.
I get that, but I feel like Tarzan would have been raised by apes, so I feel like he would have learned how to fight like apes, but he's still
Yeah.
going to be a person. You know?
Yeah, I feel like Yeah.
I don't know. Like when you're explaining all of this,
there's
it's
also
just like
a dinosaur. Like there's a dinosaur wrestler too. Like
Oh, okay.
it's really just about suspending your disbelief. And
okay.
like,
I always have a problem with that.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to like get. I can't like convince you to believe in it, but it's just like
No, it's fine. No one can
Yeah.
like. I can't even be convinced to believe in God yet. So like, don't expect.
Right,
I
like-
don't blame you. It's like it's
right,
a
and
performance.
you had a whole process. Like,
Yeah. No, it's awesome. So we've got Lee Paul with us, you guys.
Hey, better late than never, right?
Seriously.
Yes.
So Max was telling us he is training to be a professional wrestler right now.
Is that right? I just heard dinosaur wrestler. That's all I heard when I was
Yeah.
coming
He's
in.
out there.
Yeah.
His name is Luchasaurus.
Is that what you?
Luchasaurus.
Are you gonna have like a T-Rex head on?
No,
head
that's
on?
No,
not me.
he's going to
No,
be
I'm
like an ape
Okay.
wrestler.
Yeah.
All right.
Or maybe you could do like one of
yeah.
those like 20 like the Space Odyssey like kind of like where he's like cracking the bones.
I think ape is like less dinosaur and more racist. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I didn't say
I didn't
anything.
say it
if you-
either.
if you
I'm
make it-
sorry.
if
because
you
we're
make
the
it
only
about
black
that-
people in the room.
If you make it about that, then yeah. But I mean,
I
like
had
human
to say it.
beings
I'm
are-
sorry.
Oh, shit.
No, but I feel like well, you both are of Jewish
mean-
descent. I
Yeah.
felt like we needed the two Jews to talk to themselves about it.
right. Because like I wasn't saying anything.
And I was just like,
Because when you said, "Oh yeah, ape," I
Ape,
was
I was
like,
like-
"Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
That's an
I
interesting
have
choice.
thought about that because I do have like comedy brain, but it's also just kind of like to me, it's an animal. Like, and we are human beings are animals, and we evolved from apes.
Like I
literally
couldn't be a
evolved from apes.
matzah rapper.
Like
Right.
if people
It
make
would-
it about
it's
race,
like
that's their own.
You had to
fucking
bring
problem.
another Jew to patrol the race. Like you were thinking it, but you had to have another Jewish guy come and say, "Are you sure that's a good idea? Are you?
I mean, yeah.
Do you want to
just-
maybe rethink the branding a little bit?
Yeah, well, I mean,
know.
that-
Because
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
not.
it also wasn't
it's not.
necessarily like the character I've set on. It's
You're,
also,
you're not.
yeah.
You're not set on it. So I'm
Yeah.
just. So since you're not set on it, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
From a black perspective, it could come off as a little racist. Just saying.
Right, especially
Yeah.
in this climate, they'll be like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah.
he's like, forget blackface. This
Yeah,
guy's
but
got a
they-
whole suit on. Like, what are you talking about?"
Right.
He's got black body.
I feel like all of that though is just other people. That's their choice of belief, and it's like a choice of belief. It's not even like they naturally believe it. They like look for little things within things to. Be
No.
upset about.
No.
You're welcome.
If I like, all right.
Oh wait. Well,
No,
no.
but I
Where,
mean,
where have you been the past few years?
Right. Well, because just
On
coming
Earth.
from a black perspective, we've been called apes and monkeys,
Of course.
for centuries.
Right. they're-
And so it's kind of like.
yeah,
Right.
and like you
But
know,
if that's
it's-
not my intention, and
You know what it
someone
is?
else's-
In defense of what was your name again? I'm
Max.
sorry. In defense of Max, I can tell. Okay, so both Jews, two different type of Jews. Max lived a very kind of a sheltered life. Probably didn't grow up around black people. He doesn't know.
He's
you know what I
completely
mean?
wrong.
I'm wrong.
100%. I'm
Well-
from the Bronx, and almost all of my friends are black and Dominican.
Okay. Well,
Did you
then-
tell them?
well,
Did you tell the black ones about your
Yep,
you
they-
deciding to be
yeah,
a orangutan?
they probably were just being nice.
because like they're like
you know
we
when
shouldn't tell
you know
him.
when he
Keep
left
it
the room, they're
real.
like, man, we gotta have a talk with that white boy. You know.
Right. Who gonna
Wait,
tell
the
him? Who
real
gonna
question:
tell
do
him?
they let you say the N word around them?
I
This
don't
is-
say it because there's not really a reason to.
okay.
Unless they make you really angry, right?
Yeah, no,
Right,
no.
Or it's in a
Maybe-
song.
He's like, I don't
No,
say it
not
until
even
they.
when it's in a song. I feel like a lot of the time it's replaceable. Dude, it's a really like this dude is the same amount of syllables as the N word.
Are you, he's like, I don't say it, but I just have some older family members who do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want you hanging around with those people.
No, all my family members are dead.
Well, no, because I'm just thinking
That's a
about-
great excuse not to be racist.
No,
they're
no,
dead.
they're racist. They're just dead and racist.
Right.
I was just thinking about
What
all the
about your
songs with the
grandma?
N-word that you like.
My
replacing
grandma's
dude
alive,
with.
but she's not racist. She's too like
How old's
out
your
there.
How old's your grandma?
92. She
Good.
probably would
That's-
be racist
yeah.
if her mind was working right.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
See,
But,
my,
yeah.
my grandma, I don't know. I feel like all Jewish grandmothers like live an incredibly long. My grandmother was about 91 when she
Yeah.
passed, and she was just outrageous. You know, like she loved all people. Like I mean, I remember one time we were at Springfield Boulevard, but she grew up in this was in Queens in Bayside, and I'm walking, and there was this bum, and he had, and I felt bad, the poor guy, and his pants were all ripped, and his dick was sticking out, you know. And she was like, that poor man with his penis. You know what I'm saying? Like, she would always like had a heart. Like she was the type of person that didn't matter if you were a stranger or a bum with his penis on the street. She was really concerned.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My grandma was like strange because like I just like I remember like because my grandma was not like your stereotypical. Like people feel like, oh, a black grandmother, they're like making you cookies and collard greens and like they're just like the quintessential grandma, and that's not my grandma. Like my grandma used to make me Chef Boyardee, but like the only thing I remember my grandma telling me, I think I was probably like maybe like 10 years old. And she was just like, oh, do you have a little boyfriend at school? And I'm like, no, I'm 10. I don't have boyfriends yet. And then she's like, oh, don't worry, honey. One day you will. And just remember, when you have a boyfriend, white men go longer, but black men are longer. And I was
Your grandma told you that?
yeah.
Very clear direction.
But like at 10 years old, that makes no sense. Yeah. And so I'm just like, okay, grandma. And I'm just, and I when I went home for the weekend, and I said, my mom's like, oh, how was your weekend? I'm like, I don't know. Grandma told me something that she said I'm going to, I should remember, but I don't understand it. And she's like, oh, what is, and I told my mom, and I'm like, Mom, what does that mean? And my mom's like, that means grandma needs to go to a home soon. And I was just like, oh, okay. And like, it wasn't until like I was in college, and I was just like, oh, this is what grandma meant. Like, you know, it was like, yeah.
But then when you finally, well, let's say if you're with a white guy with a big dick, you were like, Grandma, I got to tell you something. It wasn't
your theory
entirely,
didn't work.
It wasn't entirely accurate. This guy came really quick, but he had a big dick and he was white. So you might want to recheck that. But you know, it's
fact check that.
Yeah, at that point, it's too
you
late.
need to fact check your penises.
How did she get that information before, like, Google? Like, where did she do her research to figure out?
I believe in person.
Clearly, she's right.
So before Google, people actually used to experience life to find out.
Find out, right? She was like, I never was with a white boy before. And then she find out. Damn, he lasted a long time, but his dick was small.
And that just determined the statistic.
Straight deduction, right? When did this happen? Right, it's like,
I mean, this would have been the 40s.
Right. She's like, it was the 40s, right? So then it really was like, okay, I'm about to experiment and find out what this white dick looked like. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's like, it's small, but damn, he was up in there for forever. She was like, is this white boy ever gonna nut?
I mean, Rodney, you're a dick connoisseur. Like,
I am. And
connoisseur of the dick.
I am, and it is not true. There's small black dicks and there's large white dicks and there's like a whole spectrum in between.
So,
and whether or not they last longer or not, I feel like is more on whether or not if you use your dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, I've definitely experienced, but like I'd say, like in the top 5 smallest dicks I've ever seen, like there's definitely been like 2 black guys in that, and then the top 5 like biggest dicks I've ever seen, I'd probably say there's 2 white guys in that.
Right. Yeah, so it's a pretty level playing field.
Yeah. I mean, it's all kind of genetics, like not necessarily just because. The one that's really disappointing is when you find like a guy that's like 6'5",
and he's really tiny dick.
And his dick's like regular. Like I have a regular sized dick, like for
but for 6'5", that's tiny.
Basically,
right. You have all this body and you have like a 7-inch dick.
Yeah.
Basically, there's Barry Bonds packing big lumber, big bats, and Babe Ruths. Doesn't matter.
This is
true. You know
true.
what I mean? You got Bonds.
I saw a midget once with like an 8-inch dick. I was like, damn.
All right. Well, now I'm just gonna go home.
Was it 8 inches or was it 4 inches? But because he just looked like it was 8.
It's a differential.
Yeah. I mean, everything is relative.
It's like I was married to an Asian woman, and you know, her hands. She was 5 feet, 100 pounds, and her hands next to my penis looked very small. You know what I'm saying? It was all relative.
Oh, so then it made your penis look bigger.
Exactly.
I don't know. I've always kind of get like because I have small hands, But like I always get like weirded out when like guys comment on my hands because like a lot of times like I'll have a guy be like, "Oh, your hands are very small. They're almost childlike," and I'm like, "Oh, he's a pedo." Gross.
Hey, everybody's got a fetish, you know. Come on.
I mean, it's true. Everyone's got a fetish, but like I don't have to be like into a dude that's like into
Everybody
small
does have a fetish. Huh?
hands. Yeah.
Listen, at least he didn't have you like accessorize, get the Catholic schoolgirl, you know, skirt and the high knee highs and all that. You just small hands. That did it for him. That was it. You know.
Yeah.
Even though that role playing is kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. You ever put a skirt on?
No.
What's
I thought about it.
What's the weirdest shit you ever put on a role play?
I mean, well, I knew the guy already, but he wanted me to walk down the street with like basketball shorts and no underwear, and he was gonna pull up and then act like, "What's up? Do you need a ride?" And then
That's very
That is
common.
that was the lowest production. That's like a real ghetto porno. Like, yo, you need a ride, man. Come on, in. You've been playing ball. Come on in the car.
Get over here in the
Hey,
car.
come on. You want some of this Gatorade? Come on.
I mean, yeah, that's probably. I had this one guy that like I've hooked up with a couple times, and he just stopped hooking up with me, and I was like, "What's like? Why? Like the sex was hot?" And he was like, "Well, I'm into kinky stuff. Like I want you to wear like pantyhose and a wig." And I was just like, I thought about it, and I was like, "Nah."
Dick wasn't that good.
Right.
It wasn't pantyhose wig worthy.
Right. Well, I don't know. I lost. Yeah, nah. I gotta go shopping for a wig.
I mean, he should have offered to buy this shit. If like that's your thing, then I feel like he should have been like, "Well, yeah, like why don't we go shopping and like you pick out the wig and whatnot." I don't know. Like I was dating this one guy, and I used to do characters on my show at Otto's, and so like there was one of my characters that he was pretty into. So like he would like to like, you know, after the show, like in the like while I was still dressed as the character, because I'd be like, "Oh, let me go change." He's like, "Why don't you not change?" But like,
Hey.
yeah, but like he like that character, and then like some characters like he hated, and then like if he saw me in that character, like he wouldn't touch me for like a week, and he was just like, "Oh no."
Damn.
Yeah.
How
That's
many
a little
characters you
disturbing.
Yeah.
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah. I was like, he's like, "No, I'm still thinking of you in that outfit." No, I was like, "Okay."
What was the character?
It was a kid.
I need the visual here.
I was wearing a onesie and I had like a big I was like kind of like a delinquent 4-year-old, and so I'd be like wearing this like onesie, and I had my hair in pigtails, and I had this big ass lollipop, and I'd get angry and I'd just like throw it on the ground, and then I'd take the pieces of the lollipop and just throw it at the audience.
Wow.
And
I love it. You with those
That's
big titties in the
so
onesie.
great.
Throwing a lollipop
That's
around.
so
I
great.
love it.
And
I
it's throwing
love
at
it.
the audience.
And
I
then,
love it.
like, I'd pick like one like woman in the audience, and I'd call her Miss Lady, and then I would like go and I'd sit on her lap, and I'm like, "Miss Lady, I'm thirsty. Can I have some of that drink?" And I'm like, "This water tastes like horse," like, you know, like just kind of like.
Wow.
How do you know what horse tastes like? Kind of.
What made you stop doing characters? I feel like that's funny.
Because like I used to like book a lot of characters on the show, so like every show we'd have like maybe 3 or 4 characters on it, but I felt like it was becoming more difficult to find comics that were doing characters, and I didn't
Right.
want to be like the only character.
You got to do you, kid.
Okay.
I liked doing characters because I feel like you can explore different parts of yourself when you're doing a character.
Yeah, because it's like it takes away the pressure of you on the stage. Like now you're.
And
Yeah.
it's definitely a lot easier to adjust yourself when you're having onesie on too. You know.
This is true.
But like I used to do that one. I used to do Michelle Obama a lot. Actually there was a while I was getting booked as Michelle more than I was getting booked as myself, and so like, yeah, it was like where they were just like, "Oh, can you do the show?" I'm like, "Yeah, awesome," but like Michelle, not you. You know that, right? And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool.
That means that your Michelle material was great then.
But like I would have like people that would play with my Secret Service, and they'd like go in the room and clear the room before I got in, and like like looking in people's bags and
Oh, that's great. See, I would
like
like
that.
to see. I would like to have
That's
seen
awesome.
that. You know,
And so like then I'd like come in and I'd have like a basket full of like healthy foods, and like I'd have like fruits and stuff, and I'd just tell little weird punny jokes about fruits, and I'd be like hand someone like a peach, and I'd be like, aren't you glad I wasn't an orange? And like and so like just and like little like protein bars or whatever.
you should have kept that.
And-
You know how much Michelle Obama gets for speaking engagements? Come on, that would have been good for you.
And so like then I'd like before I'd start, I'd get everybody to do like jumping jacks and like run in place and stuff. And then I'd be like, oh, like, like I know this, like the young people are doing comedy tonight, and I don't really do comedy, but reading is important. So I thought that I'd read you a few poems. And so I'd read like Charles Bukowski, and like just like the dirtiest, raunchiest, like Charles Bukowski poems that are just like her cunt was like turpentine, like but like I'd say it like completely straight as Michelle, and like people are like dying, and I'm just like, oh, I guess I am funny, like like, but
Cunt was like turpentine.
yeah, but yeah, I did a bunch of characters.
Nothing like the old turpentine snatch.
Yeah, exactly.
Burn.
So I like the new digs, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's awesome,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
We've been
yeah.
here for a couple of months, but this is like an
Oh, this
awesome...
is your first time here. Huh?
At the new
Okay.
at the new locale. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, for
Awesome.
some reason I thought you've been here before.
I feel like I know. I was like, I feel like he's been here before. Yeah.
I think it's great location wise, and plus like the room is kind of bigger. It's a little airier. You know.
Yeah, the other room was kind of hot.
Yeah, I like it.
Although the
so-
problem is that this is like fucking up our karaoke flow after.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I need to come to karaoke.
I know. I've been trying to get you to come
I
out to
know.
the thing.
I've been
I
working. I
went to
work on
karaoke.
Thursdays. I usually work on Thursdays, but like I'm gonna switch this shift.
I keep on. Here's hoping. Keep on tagging
yes, yeah, yes. Keep tagging me because it looks like a lot of fun.
you. Yeah, we have fun.
So now, Lee,
Mm.
or like what's going on with the Joker right now?
Oh man, it's like. Have you seen the
just
trailers
saw-
with
yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix? Like, I've been watching them. First of all right, let me start this in a real organized and nuanced fashion. So, I've always thought that Joaquin Phoenix is an amazing actor. He's
Yeah.
great. Playing Johnny Cash in the biopic, and he's just done so much great stuff. Very versatile. And then I'm watching this, because like after a while, it's like it's an oversaturation with all the superhero movies and the kind. It's just like you get lost. You can't keep up with all the content. But the Joker's like one of those real polarizing characters, in the villain universe. I mean, not even just transcending DC. Everybody knows who the Joker is, even if you don't like. Read Batman. People know what the Joker is.
Right.
Right.
Like, wait,
So,
who?
right. So, and but it's like, yeah, it's. I just saw him, and I was like, it was the first time that I'd actually seen the Joker in a real like a real human character
human
story.
character,
yeah,
yeah.
like a real person. And then I saw like Robert De Niro as like he's like a talk show host on there, he has him. And I'm like, wow, this is like a real movie. You know what I mean? Now, this is not just like, utility belts and shoot 'em up and special effects but it's funny, people get real serious when it comes to their like, who's your Joker? Like, well, I'm a Jack guy, Jack Nicholson, like, oh, Heath Ledger, like, that's what drove him over the edge and killed him. Like, this is one of those characters that kind of transcends because it's almost like people get nervous. There's a lot of big shoes to be played. And then Jared Leto did the thing, and the other thing is, but it's like, everybody's like, oh, how they ever going to live up to so-and-so. And like, I bet you we could do a podcast just on Joker debates.
Joker debates.
Yeah, just on Joker debates. But I don't know. I feel like Joaquin, and I'm going to be honest with you, Jack Nicholson to me, just because I was a kid when it came out 13.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's ingratiating to me. So,
Yeah.
and that smile, I just,
Yeah.
and
laugh,
I
that,
love
like-
Tim Burton, I loved like the whole scheme. It was very comic book color.
Yeah.
I liked him, but the Joaquin Phoenix, like, I'm really stoked to see this movie. Like, I might even like go online and get the tickets before, be one of those little fanboys, and do it. And I don't ever do that,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, this is something like, I think it's going to be big. I think the movie's going to make a lot of money. And, I'm calling it right now. I think he might even get nominated for an Academy Award.
Well, there's Oscar
Yeah.
buzz around it. What I think
Already,
is the thing that's most interesting about the Joker is that the FBI and the military have already issued warnings about possible domestic terrorist attacks, like watching the movie.
I saw that came on my feed today.
And so, I guess there's incels on the dark web that are talking about mass domestic terrorist attacks across the country during this film. And I think that it's interesting that the incels identify with the Joker so much.
Because the Joker is
He's a dejected, kind of sad sack who is a mama's boy, and he's he's not successful. He's kind of a schlub, He's kind of always getting picked on and beaten up by the world, kind of bullied,
right. But then when
And-
he becomes
right.
the Joker, then he's like
He
kind of
becomes
a,
empowered.
Mass murderer.
a vigilante.
Well, in this movie,
against
he kind of starts. They have a thing. He starts like a movement. It's like this whole society, the subculture starts to support the Joker.
Wow.
And it's kind of like they become like he creates a gang, like a huge gang of kind of like,
Incels.
of incels. Yeah, these people who are like, we don't get pussy. Everybody, laughs at us. Now we're going to show you. See, I'm curious though. Now, is the FBI doing it because they think that people are, like you said, it's an incel movement, that they're trying to use this as an excuse to kind of shoot them up because they're not getting pussy? Or is it just going to be so many people at the theater because it's going to be anticipated to be a lot of people that it's going to be a threat? You know what I mean?
So now I've been, because my other podcast, Blamestorming, Dave and I would talk about incels, and so I've been on this incel kick for over a year, and I've gotten
Can't get off that. Can't kick that incel.
Can't kick that incel.
I've gotten hate mail from incels, and so
What are those? I'm sorry. I gotta know. Can you just give me one example of a hate mail from an incel? Do you remember anything?
It was basically telling me that I was ignorant and that and I am part of the reason why incels exist or something like that. But basically, because I was just saying all right, if you're an incel, I don't understand why incels just don't start pairing off with sex workers, because it's you can't get laid. You want to get laid. If you want to get laid, just pay someone to lay you. Obviously, your personality is not going to do it. Money will do it.
We should start a GoFundMe for incels.
And then
stop mass shootings and donate to the hooker
You know
to
what I
fund.
mean?
Right, yeah.
If I could prevent 20 people from getting shot up at the Joker, I'll put $20
Me too. Absolutely.
on your blowjob so you don't go shooting up the
Absolutely.
place. You know what I mean?
I'll blow you for
Absolutely.
free if you're not going.
Shit,
Ronnie
Rodney
will
would blow you
Ronnie's
for free.
gonna
if
fall
that's
off.
gonna save
Ronnie's
some
gonna fall
lives.
off the wagon and suck a dick to save a life. Yes.
know what I
Oh,
mean?
I already fell off the wagon.
Okay, we'll talk later. Okay.
Well, this is what, and so they were very upset because apparently that's not how it works. Incels can't go to sex workers to fix their problems because they want to be able to get a woman that actually is interested in them.
Right.
And they don't want to pay for a woman, which I
Well,
just think is because they don't make enough money to actually pay for a woman.
No,
which whose fault is that?
Let me tell you something. From some,
Do a GoFundMe. It's hey, help me lose my virginity. Otherwise, I'm going to
Listen.
shoot up the Joker. Okay, I'll give you $5.
I
listen.
would donate to that GoFundMe.
Right?
Yeah.
Give me money to fuck a hooker. I'm going to shoot up the Joker movie. I would definitely pay
Give
that
$5
GoFundMe.
to that. I would
wanna watch
totally
my
give
movie
$5
in
to
peace.
that.
I don't need to sit through that.
Yeah, it's just but so they were very upset about that, and I was just kind of maybe sex workers should try to like start infiltrating some of these like message groups that they have and try to pick up some clientele that way. Because like, you know, like you're gonna be doing it anyway. So, like, make a couple of bucks, save a few lives. Like, you know,
Right. You think
Like-
you think any of them will go pro bono, take one for the team? You know,
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. That's how it's like, you know.
I mean,
free
would you ask a doctor to like
Or Doctors Without
remove your kidney for free?
but
Like,
Doctors Without Borders. You know what I'm saying? There's like all these little
Yeah.
foundations. You know,
I don't know.
You know?
Suck a dick, save a life.
suck a dick, save a life.
I would do
Yeah.
it.
You know,
There you go. You know something? We should have a show called Suck a Dick, Save a Life, and we donate all the money to like some sort of fund for incels to get themselves laid.
Yep. Ball
Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's
I like
crazy
it.
to me.
I like it.
It's
ball ticklers against gun violence. I got it.
Yeah, tickle these balls and not these bullets. Like,
That's right.
Oh, goodness.
Suck a dick, save a life.
Yeah.
Don't spray bullets. Spray
Yeah.
a load.
yeah, spray your sperm.
Damn. I mean, but yeah.
No, but
we
it's
should.
like
We
it's
should.
like crazy to me. But I think that there are probably high level, possibly credible threats that are happening on the dark web. That a lot of incels are planning on this being their like, I don't know, their moment to shine, because the Joker is like, you know, the Joker's their Jesus. I don't know.
I don't understand. I'm kind of confused about the dark web because I tried to access it just for curiosity. I took my laptop and went in the closet and shut the lights off, and it didn't work. How do you get on the dark web? What do you do? How do you act? What do you do? You know?
I think
Does
you gotta
anybody know?
Google how to get on the dark web.
Yeah.
While you're in a lit room, so you can actually see the keyboard when you're
Wait,
typing.
do you have to like have like a you know, you get a pentagram, light some candles, go in the
I
middle
think
with your
it's like-
laptop,
I
and
think
say
it's
a
like
couple
a
of
Narnia-
incantations.
I can
Like,
actually answer this question.
okay,
Yeah,
thank
go.
you, thank
Yeah,
you.
I was-
We gotta
I
ask
don't
the-
remember what it's called, but like somebody that I knew used to use it to like buy drugs, and it's just
Somebody
like
I knew.
hey, I only smoke pot and sometimes other things.
We don't have to incriminate yourself on the air.
So
Weed is legal. Nobody
Yeah.
gives a shit.
yeah, no, you just
I
think
forgot
that's
you
like
guys
an
are white.
app
Okay.
or something. Yeah, it's legal as long as you're white.
Right.
Right. They have that in They have that in writing. It's
Yeah.
actually like on the police board at all the.
It's like you can smoke pot as long as you're right.
yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
like
yeah,
now
how do
you
we access the dark web?
Yeah, they have like I think it's like I don't know if it's like an app or something, but like you have to download something on your computer. Like there's some type of thing you need to have on your computer that like allows you to access another thing to get on the dark web. I don't remember the names of.
So
any of it.
basically, your
Yeah.
computer's got to be in on it.
Yeah,
your computer's, your hard drive's got to be dirty.
And,
Like,
and there's
yeah.
a lot of
Well,
shit
that's
on
how
there
they
where,
find
like,
all. That's how they.
Right.
That's
Yeah, it's, I
Right.
would
when they bust
honestly, I
people
would
on the
not
dark
have-
web.
right,
That's
right,
like
right.
So like what kind of other shit is on there?
I used to listen to like horror stories on YouTube, and so like what I've heard is on there is like just like
Snuff films,
Yeah,
kitty
snuff films,
porn,
kitty
shit like
porn,
that. Yeah,
kitty
that's
porn.
conspiracy
Drug
theory
loads.
stuff. You know, all kinds
places
of weird
to buy
shit.
drugs.
It
Yeah.
sounds like you've already been on the dark web.
People
before.
tied up and stuff.
I've read no.
I watch a lot of ID Channel.
yeah. All the gross shit that used to just be like mobsters, but now is just like
I think they need to change the name of kitty porn. It's misleading. It's like, what is it, like elephants and cotton candy in there? Like kitty porn, you know? It's like, it doesn't sound bad. It doesn't sound this, and it's like, keep on up and look at some kitty porn, everybody, you know?
Yeah, I feel like Disney would be like kitty porn.
Like, it's like it sounds like an amusement park. Welcome to kitty porn, everyone.
I don't know.
This doesn't sound threatening. You know
It
what I
doesn't
mean?
sound
It doesn't sound bad.
It doesn't sound like I
it sounds
shouldn't-
like something
it doesn't sound
fun.
like I shouldn't
It
do
sounds-
this. Like it does sound like something
yeah,
fun.
it sounds
Kitty
more like
porn.
porn geared for kids than
Right.
like kids in porn. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
exactly.
Yeah, it could be like, yeah, it could be other thing. It'd be like, oh, what is it? Is it like,
It's
like,
the Lion King.
Yes, the Lion King and the Smurfs having a fucking gangbang. You know what I'm saying? That could be. That to me, that's what kitty porn is.
No,
you
but
know?
I feel like if it was like kitty porn, the
Aladdin and
Lion
Jasmine.
King and the Smurfs would be like at a carnival eating candy corn. Like, You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like He-Man's getting pegged by Optimus Prime, or some shit. I don't know.
That's a thing. The anime porn, like that's like a thing.
oh, because like,
I can't.
is
I
there
don't
like
understand, but
a
there's like an
robot
anime-
version of like pony stuff or what? Pony
Ponies?
play or whatever.
Pony robots. What?
Like-
clobber
that peg
porn?
you,
Is
like-
that what it's-
Like like pony play, like people dress up as
Right.
like ponies or whatever, and they like run around.
You gotta
like
make
ponies.
the sound.
But is there
Oh,
like
I forgot
Can you
what
make
that
the
is.
is
sound?
there like
It's
robot
clobber.
version of like pony play?
Are
Like
you
is
talking
it
about,
robot
like-
play?
Are you talking about like My Little Pony or whatever? Like where like the people?
No,
dress
like
up
those are like the
No, I know-
furries.
No, it's
No.
a furry. That's what I was thinking. A
They,
furry.
well, they like all the animals. They're like
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, like the
Yeah.
pony play is specifically like they put like pony masks on and they like trot around
I
and
think
shit.
it's called a clopper.
The Cloppers
Clopper.
pony
Yeah,
play.
I had a friend who was a furry.
Okay.
The ones that like that's
No,
vegan porn, right?
no furries dress up like in the
Yeah.
fur costumes, and they cut off the genitals and they have sex.
Yeah,
Right.
Like,
That's
But like
Yeah,
it
like
seems
big
like the
mascots with,
costumes
like,
are going to
dicks
be like
cut out.
so like I don't know, like difficult to like maneuver around.
Now, in the gay community, if you're a bear, can you do furry porn naturally?
that's yeah. That's I mean yeah. It's
You
kind
could-
of like a sub.
Could it be like
fur
a
porn.
Could it be like a cross pollination of porn?
Maybe I mean there's porn with just like mask. I had sex with like rabbit ears, like a rabbit mask. all the
Really?
time. Yeah, I was a
What
black
color-
rabbit. He was a white rabbit.
Oh, you were. I was about to say, what color was the rabbit?
Yeah.
I don't know
Wait,
why I
was he
needed to
white
know.
with the white rabbit ears?
No. He was Latin.
I don't know why I needed to know that. I was like, so what color was that rabbit?
rabbit. Yeah.
You know your mother wouldn't like you fucking no white rabbits.
I was getting fucked by a white rabbit.
She'd like that even less.
I don't know, but
Years
I mean,
of
that was
oppression to give your ass up to some
like-
white rabbit.
Mama, but mama, if you fuck a white
Oh
rabbit,
God, that's so true. See, because I have a joke I talk about on stage where that happened to me. I was giving this guy a blowjob one time, this white guy, and he was like, "Oh yeah, suck that white dick." I was just like,
did you stop and like, whoa, wait?
yeah, it was kind of like, but then I continue because
Right.
it's a double standard. I've definitely heard "suck that black dick" before.
Right.
Like
Right.
But
But you bring out the processes like, is
Right.
this okay?
Right.
Not about him sucking a dick, but you're saying, am I being subjugated here?
Right.
What's going
I
on?
completely thought about my parents and my grandparents and like,
All of a sudden,
how will my grandma feel right now?
Ronnie's
She's
sucking,
already upset that I'm sucking dick.
Ronnie's sucking a dick. He said, Ronnie's sucking a dick, and it's like, suck that white dick. And all of a sudden, he had a flash of like Rosa Parks, the whole civil rights movement, everything. Get to the back of the bus. People being lynched, and he was like,
Then I wanted to bite it off. But I didn't.
God.
Yeah, but that was like a whole
oh man, it's great.
so flashback.
That's great.
But it was also before Trump.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I would respond now. You might get cussed out.
Right.
I feel like you should get cussed out then. Like I've never had a guy like be like, "Oh, suck that white dick," but I have had a guy been like I'm your white slave. Like, and
Wait,
I'm just
he said,
like,
he said, I'm your white slave.
yeah,
To you.
and
Okay, okay.
he's just like, I'm your slave. Like, and I'm just like,
mm-hmm.
why do we have to have slaves? Like,
Right.
Like, can't we just have a good time?
Yeah, that'd be great if he was like, you're like pegging a dude, like, this is reparations, bitch, right here. Like, take it.
I'd rather have land or no income tax or my student loans paid. I don't need to pay.
You're gonna get 40 inches in a load. That's what you're gonna get.
I'd rather not touch your poo. Like,
Oh.
Sorry. I know every time I come on here, it gets
visual.
filthy. I'm sorry.
yeah, you're a filthy man.
You do
Lee
bring out the
Paul.
filth.
You're a
I
filthy,
know.
filthy man.
I am.
So now Max, I know that your wrestling character is an ape, but like
Well,
have
us.
or
Yeah.
but like how are you like studying?
Might not be after this.
Yeah, I think you should really rethink this.
Yeah.
You know,
Rethinking it
you got, We've given you a second chance here.
Yeah, well, I mean, my tag team partner is a pig, and like I think he'll be just disappointed because we have like this whole animal thing going on. But I also really
You
just
can
don't
pick
want to
you can
fucking.
pick an animal, but this
Yeah, I
animal-
just gotta
Stay
pick
with
a
out of
better
all the
animal.
animals you pick.
Why couldn't you
Yeah,
be like
stay
a
away-
kangaroo or
Because
something?
I've been watching the Planet
Yeah.
of the Apes movies, and they're
Oh.
really fucking good. And I was like, yeah, I can
I'm
do
sorry.
that.
No, so you
Caesar's-
need to keep those where they're at.
Yeah, and then I was like,
A kangaroo is a good one because you can have like a good like power
man.
kick, double kick
Like
that you
you-
do, or just like a
Yeah, but
side kick.
all right, so
can't-
I would
Joey
want,
the Rui.
I was gonna say, if I were to do a kangaroo gimmick, I'd want to get someone pregnant so I could have a baby, and I just keep them in a little pouch so I could keep
You
the
could
baby
just
as a
put
shield.
like
you can put a fake
dolly.
baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it has to be authentic. I want a real baby. I want to put him in the
Just put
pouch.
him in
I
the
want
pouch.
to jump up with him in the pouch. There's no.
Well, you go on the dark web. I'm sure you could find a
I've
baby.
never
on there.
been on the dark.
See,
But
I'm
I'm sure that's will be the first place I look.
I think it's horrendous. It's shocking. It's disgusting that you buy babies in a dark web. You know, I like to go to alleys in the Lower East Side get my babies.
That's the old
Because you're old fashioned.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
you know,
old-fashioned.
like
You
you know
don't
where the
like that,
source
Right,
is. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
The better ones are always under the bridge too,
Right.
like with the guy. Like
But
You
do you
gotta
know
get a
if it's a
kidnapped
baby
baby,
or a
'cause,
bridge
like, they're the
troll?
babies that
Like
are
you
in
don't
need.
know.
Just go to a Dumpson of abortion clinic. Try to get a fresh fetus. See if you can revive it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
You play some like Frankenstein shit and like just hope for lightning.
Oh my god.
well, so it's like buying a dog compared to like adopting a dog. Like the kidnapped babies need you way more than the kids in the orphanage. Like those kids are. They're
I was
kept in
just
way
watching
different
I
cages.
was like right before I came here, I was watching a commercial.
For what?
Chewy.com for the
Yeah, the dog
Yeah,
shit?
the dog
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
And she was like, yeah, we finally adopted Max. And the Max is like a fucking Siberian
Mm-hmm.
husky. Like, bitch, you didn't adopt that dog. You paid $2,000.
Wait a minute.
for
See,
it.
there's a dog named Max. So why don't you be a dog wrestler? And
Maybe.
you could be you're Max, the dog wrestler.
Max
There you
is
go.
a
Like that dog,
Yeah,
the bounty
it is a
hunter.
dog- yeah,
he was
it is
already
a dog name
Or
too.
you could be like a
Dog, man.
Roman, like Maximilian, like there sounds like a Roman era kind of
Yeah,
like
I don't
Spartan
even-
kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't really.
If your partner is a pig, you could be a cow.
I
and give it
could,
like
but
a
I need
farm
to get
animal
really.
thing.
I'd need to gain some weight. For
Yeah.
that. Like,
No, you
I
put a
would
cow
want-
suit on and like have the udders and like
You guys get.
spray him with
It's
stuff.
kind of hard to tag team with hooves, though. You know, you
Yeah.
kind of yeah.
Not a lot of grappling you can do
Yeah,
either.
I understand. That's why he wanted to do the ape because they don't have opposable thumbs, but at least it's like a hand.
Yeah, I also was. I've been watching like some monkey martial arts films, like and some of the
Like
moves
the
what?
okay,
Right.
Time.
You've never
Time.
seen.
So like the
Shh, peeling another layer.
so now the monkeys are doing
Are
martial
you?
arts.
Or with the
or-
black people doing martial arts?
No, it's some old Asian guy.
So that's what you're calling.
You wasn't watching Unleash the Dragon?
Yeah,
It
right.
was on World Star, and these guys. No,
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yo,
that was a good one.
I was. I watched these great monkey martial arts on
Yeah,
World
these-
Star the other day.
like Street Fights 8. No, it
They were
was-
from Atlanta.
Yeah.
No,
Yo, that monkey looked like my cousin. Shit.
Jesus Christ. No,
Leroy, what you doing on that TV?
It was on a 3 train in Brooklyn.
The worst. I was in the Planet of the Apes, one of the movies years ago, and this is why I know it's like, oh, it's fucking racist, and it was like, and I was watching it at. First of all, the most hood place to watch a movie is the 42nd Street AMC Big Theater in Times Square.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you go there on Friday night, I have friends like I live in Harlem. You can go to the Matt Johnson Bronx. It's not even that bad. I don't know, for some reason, Friday, Saturday night, like at the AMC, the big theater, it's like fucking gang initiation. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. Like it's like bring a bottle of Hennessy and and get ripped, and talk during the movie. So I wouldn't want to play in 8 movies. I swear to God, watch a movie. And one of the characters, the apes, one of the characters come to ape, and this black dude was like, "Oh, she looked just like 50 Cent." I swear to God. Oh my God, I will never forget that shit as long as I live.
Damn.
I mean, I really think that if you really were to look at it, I think there really is some racial subtext in there. Because if you think about it too, it's like a reverse society where the humans are no longer in control and the apes are. And I think in a way, I guarantee you, they probably will never admit it, but there was some sociological thing like, we can make it like a symbol of it's the apes take over, but really it's an uprising of black people against the whites. I mean, I'm surprised nobody's ever talked about that shit because it's blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Blatantly
Come
obvious.
on.
It is
And it came
blatantly
out
obvious.
in the 19
It was
like
the
70s
70s.
when
Yeah, the original.
when there was a lot of, when we were going through a lot of social changes in this country.
It's so okay. So do you guys watch riding in cars with comedians?
I've watched a couple episodes.
So
but
the
not, like-
the Eddie Murphy episode, he was talking about like how he used to go to will go watch. He watched the whole Planet of the Apes series like one day, just like went to the movie theater and like watched it and just like that was like
That was what he
his
did.
jam, right?
Right.
I don't know. It's made me think of Eddie Murphy.
Did he say?
Nothing. I just really like Eddie Murphy.
I do. It's like the made me want to do comedy, man. Shit.
Suck this Eddie Murphy dick.
Anytime, Eddie. Anytime.
So we should take a quick break, but before we go, just tell everybody what projects you're working on, where they can follow you on social media, anything you want to promote. I'm going to start with you, Rodney Daniels.
I'm going to be hosting Fashionably Funny tonight at the Broadway Comedy Club. If you're in New York
All
City
right.
at 10 p.m., come see me. Marissa's on the show. We're going to be doing our thing. It's going to be great. October 5th, I'm producing my first show in Brooklyn at Gina Sartorio. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's a free show, so if you are in Brooklyn, come out and see it. $6 happy hour drinks all night long.
All night long.
Yes.
Lee Paul.
So I am doing a New York centric monthly comedy show I'm producing. I just did it on Wednesday. It's called Only in New York. Went really well. It's at Wicked Willie's at 149 Bleecker Street. I think the next one is going to be, November 6th. I'm not 100% sure Wednesday, but we do basically, it's all New York storytelling jokes, whether you're a transplant, you grew up here. We have New York trivia in between. We basically ask the audience, and we give away prizes and stuff. It's a really fun show. We had Osama Siddiqui, Alex Carabano, Joey Gay, Fumiabi, myself, Tino Romero. Really good show. And I'm trying to make this a monthly thing. And you can find me on Instagram on LeePaul_comic_rockstar. And if you want to ever sing some karaoke, I host You'll Never Be Famous Karaoke every Thursday at Bleecker Street, 149 Bleecker Street at Wicked Willie's.
Max.
I'll be refereeing the Bronx Wrestling Federation show, Enter the Terror Dome on October 5th.
Nice.
Yeah, it's in Soundview in the Bronx. If you guys look it up on Eventbrite, you'll find it. It's they're having their first women's main event that night. It's like a hardcore street fight. That'll be fun.
See, now I'm interested now.
Yeah.
Where is this?
This is Soundview in the Bronx, Close Avenue. If you want, I can give you the address.
All right, we'll talk later.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Sorry.
You guys can follow me on Instagram at Philip_J_Frylock. That's pretty much it. Comedy shows I've been taking, but it's all as it comes, so I don't have anything right now to promote.
Okay, cool.
Marissa Smith.
You can catch me tonight at Fashionably Funny at Broadway Comedy Club. You can catch me Monday at Urban Vegan Kitchen. 6 o'clock. Tuesday, I'm going to be at the Hoboken Comedy Festival.
Yes.
Yes. Every Friday, you can catch me right here on Big Talkin' Brewskis. Saturday, October the 5th, is Merriment and Mortification at Otto Shrunken Head.
Always fun.
And I will also be at Rodney's show in Brooklyn. If you are enjoying...
And when is that show again? I'm sorry.
Saturday, October
the
5th.
Yeah. If you're enjoying the show, please rate and review us on iTunes. If you're not enjoying the show, keep it to yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And we will be right back. Bye-bye.